A new geopolitical storm is brewing, and this time India is right at the center of it. China is furious, the United States is under the fire, and the accusation meddling in India-China relations. Beijing has openly lashed out at Washington, claiming the US is deliberately trying to drive a wedge between Asia's two biggest powers. But what triggered the sharp reaction? And more importantly, what does it mean for India? Let's break it down. China's response was unusually aggressive. In a strong worded statement, Beijing accused the US of twisting facts about China's military intention, not for transparency, but to maintain American dominance on the global stage. According to China, this was not a neutral assessment. It was a calculated move to create mistrust between China and its neighbors, especially India. So what exactly set China off? Every year, the US Department of Defense submits a detailed report to Congress outlining China's military strategy, capabilities, and security posture. This year, report had special focus on India. It closely examined the situation along the India-China border, one of the most volatile frontiers in the world. A border that has witnessed wars, standoffs, and deadly clashes. Most recently in eastern Ladakh in 2020. The 2020 standoff changed everything. Both sides rushed tens of thousands of troops to Himalayas. Tension stayed high for years. Only recently did things cool down. India and China agreed on disengagement. Confidence building steps followed. Flights resumed, visa restrictions eased, and earlier this year, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited China for the SCO summit, his first visit in 7 years. The US noticed all of this and commented on it. According to American report, China is using this temporary calm strategically. The calm or the claim. Beijing is trying to slow down India's growing partnership with United States. In simple terms, China doesn't want India getting too close to Washington. The report says China wants to capitalize on reduced tension, but wants that India remains cautious. Why? Because mistrust hasn't disappeared and key disputes remain unresolved. The report also highlights a major red flag, Arunachal Pradesh. This Indian state is claimed by China, which calls it South Tibet, a claim with no historical or legal backing and zero international recognition. Yes, China continues to push it by releasing altered maps, by renaming Indian locations with Chinese names, and by harassing Indian citizens from Arunachal Pradesh when they travel abroad. Just last month only, an Indian woman from the state was detained in Shanghai for nearly a day. The US report notes that China now treats Arunachal Pradesh as a core interest. That phrase alone carries serious implications. Beijing was quickly to respond. China said it views ties with India from a long-term strategic lens and wants stability, cooperation, and a dialogue. But there was a clear message to Washington. The India-China border issue is bilateral. The US has no role here. In short, stay out of it. Here's the bigger picture. India shares many of the concerns raised by US. China's military expansion, China's territorial assertiveness. That's why, despite diplomatic engagement, India is preparing for a long run. New Delhi is rapidly strengthening infrastructure along the China border. The Border Roads Organization has been a massive budget jump from under $300 million in 2020 to over $800 million today. India has built thousands of kilometers of new roads, strategic tunnel in Himalayas, over 30 new helipads, upgraded multiple airstrips near the border. The message is clear. India is not lowering its guard. India's strategy is delicate. Reduce dependence on China, engage diplomatically, and work with like-minded nations without locking itself into rigid alliances. One example, a US-led supply chain initiative focused on critical minerals and silicon technologies. China currently dominates up to 90% of critical mineral processing. Countries like Japan, South Korea, UK, Israel, and UAE are already on the board. India may join next. Beijing won't like that. India faces a tough equation. On the other side, China, an assertive neighbor with territorial ambitions. On the other side, the US, a key partner that also applies pressure through trade and visa. For India, this is not a binary choice. The path forward is balance. Engagement without submission, partnership without dependence, and that's the real story behind the geopolitical clash. This is not just a China or the US, this is about India's strategic future. Wait, most important thing. Here's a new update. One sec. 1 minute. Not this is a breaking news that coming up. It's not from China, it's not from America, not even from Arunachal Pradesh. This is our own channel update. Right now we have 243 subscribers. Target is 1000 subscribers. Math simple है. 1000 minus 243 equals, ड्रम रोल प्लीज, 757 लोग और चाहिए बॉस. सब लोग जो ऑलरेडी सब्सक्राइब है, दिल से वी आर थैंक यू टू देम. वी आर ग्रेटफुल एंड वी एक्सप्रेस आवर ग्रेटिट्यूड. और जो भी सब्सक्राइब करेगा और लाइक करेगा, प्लीज़ अपना कमेंट में लिख दीजिए सब्सक्राइब बटन, और सब्सक्राइब बटन पे क्लिक कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, लाइक कीजिए और कमेंट में सब्सक्राइब लिख दीजिए. इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो whoever write subscribe in the comment box and hit the subscribe button, we will give them a shout out in our next video inside our description box. I've already told you like, share, subscribe for intimating you on the upcoming video, but the most important thing, we have launched our official app Relate Zone. If you have gotten bored on LinkedIn and Instagram of making connections and building network, then this Relate Zone app is like a blend. It's like a combination of social and professional networking, which helps you build network, making connections and hiring, get hired, finding work and everything. So basically everything is free from hiring and everything, so that we want the audience to make the best of it, and most importantly building the network, making connections, making bonds, finding your so-called partners, whatever. So go enjoy on the Relate Zone app. I'll be mentioning the app link in the description box below. Hope you find it good.